Welcome into the Recipe Podcast, Celebrity Secrets to a Successful Life. I'm your host, Chef Charles Carroll. What a great day, what a great show we have. And this is the unplugged version of our show. So that pretty much means we have no idea what we're going to say, what we're going to do, and we don't fact check shit. So that's just kind of how that works. So we have another full house. We have a great surprise for all our listeners and viewers. As you all know, that we are live streaming now on YouTube and Facebook, so you can go check out those shows if you want to see how handsome we all really are. You can go there and check that out. So that's kind of fun, all new programming. So also in house we have Phil Phoenix, the podcast editor and sound engineer. Say hey, Phil.
Hey, what's up?
So and also we have the Venus Flytrap 2 weeks in a row, bro.
Good morning.
Yeah, you doing all right?
Perfect.
You look perfect. And then of course we have Jay in the background over there. He's our production manager, and he makes all this magic happen. So we're pretty excited about that. And Bob, what the fuck, man? 2 weeks in a row. Right?
It's her birthday, man.
Yeah, but it was her birthday last week too, and then birthday this week.
You know how these kids are nowadays, man.
They
have
celebrate
like
the whole birthday month,
man.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, I got like one day and it was the last day of the year and it wasn't even my birthday.
Yeah, I mean, I've gone years where people forgot it was my birthday. But anyway, so here she is. She's gone again. So anyway, that's okay. So Bobbit will help us get all this podcast stuff out there and make it happen. And then we have a surprise guest. Surprise guest. What do you guys think about a surprise host? We have
That's awesome.
huh?
Where is he?
Surprise! Here I am, baby.
We have Juan Pareja in the house, and a big buddy of mine. Juan, thanks for being here, brother.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for having me. I'm really glad to be here.
Yeah, and so we have so much to talk about, and of course this is not a celebrity secret show. This is a unplugged. So Juan was kind enough to come in and be one of our host guests today.
Don't tell any secrets.
Yeah.
I'll try not to.
Yeah, don't tell anybody what we're actually doing here. But last night I was in here hooking some stuff up and getting myself ready, right? And the cleaning guy comes in, and I put the lights on and get my head in the game and try to line my cleaning guy walks in, he's like all these strobe lights on. He's like, whoa, I don't know what you guys are filming in there, but I'm gonna close that
Were
door.
you nude?
Thank God.
That might have been the problem.
Thank God I have my clothes on. So that was a lucky thing there. But so all your listeners out there, thank you for tuning in. You're the smartest people on the planet, and you know that you can find us on Helium Radio Networks, and that's on Mondays at 4:30 and Thursdays at 4:30. So that's cool. You know where to go on that. And also on iTunes, Google Play, Stitchers, and Tuned In. You know the whole routine, so I'm not going to waste any time on that. So, Christian, man, everything's good in your world?
Fantastic.
Yeah. Phil's getting ready to go on vacation.
Yeah, I'm getting out of here tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's jumping.
Hell yeah.
Disney World.
Yeah, taking the baby.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
How old's the baby?
2.5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then we're going to have another baby.
Congratulations.
While you're there?
While we're there, I'm going to make another one while the other one's already in there, bro.
Wow, good for you, man.
What ride do you plan on making that happen on?
Yeah. Good
It's
question.
a small world.
That's a good
Okay.
question. Yeah.
That's calming.
Everything looks bigger.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if you want to elaborate on It's a Small World. Is that what your wife was thinking?
It's a boat ride, bro. It's romantic.
Yeah.
All the little
I thought
dolls.
you meant something else.
Oh, no.
No, all right. Well, cool. Well, good for you, man. And you're going to leave Christian and I with all the dirty work, right? Christian, we have a big week ahead of us.
Yeah, if you say so, man.
No, man. We get this new content. We're gonna
Oh,
do.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so we're going to be busy trying to figure that out. But let's get back to Juan. I mean, after all,
Well, I want to know why they call you the Fly Trap.
Good question.
it's-
What's the story behind that?
It's from WKRP in Cincinnati.
Okay.
Do you remember that
You
show?
remember that show?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was the
I don't remember too much about it, but I remember the opening theme song, and I used to watch it back when I was a kid. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, the black DJ.
Okay.
That was Venus Flytrap.
Copy
Yeah.
that. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, so he's the star of the show,
Copy
so
that.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Yeah.
The other
But you are. You are.
No, if Venus Flytrap on the show is not the star.
Yeah.
He's
yeah.
definitely not the
Well,
star.
he does fly under the radar, though.
That's right.
And that's kind of you.
That's right.
Yeah, so
You don't know if I'm here or if I'm not here exactly.
it's kind of the same way in life.
Yeah,
we never
exactly.
know where you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. We like that about
It's
you.
better. It's better that way.
For a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
But so brother Juan coming in from L.A.
Brother
Yes,
Juan, you
sir.
make him sound like he's a priest or something.
Yeah.
Brother
Yeah,
Juan.
well, I'm a son of a preacher, man.
Yeah,
so,
he is. Yeah.
So my papa's a preacher.
Yeah.
I'll take Brother Juan. I'll take it. I'll take it. Sometimes when I'm feeling inspired, the Spirit's moving through me,
See that? Look at that.
I'll lay it down.
Yeah.
I'll share some truth. I'll drop some light.
So let's back up. Phil, you may remember this. Yeah, of course you remember the story because we did a show with Juan back. But we are on the family tree of Eric the Trainer. So that's how we become to know each other. And then we were getting ready to do the recipe, Houston recipe, when I was like trying to pretend I was going to be the host of it. When we're doing the pilot episode of it, the guys out in LA sent me, Jesus Christ, I don't know, it was like 10 pages of script, right?
A good handful, yeah.
Yeah,
man.
and this here is my concept, my idea in my show, and never in my mind that I thought we're gonna have a script. This is gonna be interview. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna get in the hearts and souls of these great chefs. And so they sent me these scripts, and I'm like, shit, I want to shit myself. So I was talking to Eric about it, and he said, hey, my buddy Juan's coming to Houston, and Juan grew up here, and he said he could help you. So it was Thanksgiving, wasn't it?
It was a
Christmas
Christmas
holiday. Oh, it was a
actually.
Christmas.
Yeah,
It was a
over the
Christmas holiday. And this guy took 2 days out of his Christmas holiday to help this dumbass try to remember lines, and it was the coolest thing, and I'm always grateful for that.
Oh, it was a real pleasure, a real joy, and I was really happy to get to meet you and
Yeah.
spend that time together. It was nice.
And now look at us, we're hanging out, and we're doing shit together, and
Planting seeds, baby.
yeah,
planting
man,
seeds.
yeah. It's a small world, and comes around, goes around. So, but Juan, tell us. I mean, you've been on a lot of great shows, and you've done some movies. The Mist and From Mexico with Love and Machete and Fort Bliss.
Yeah, last year, not this past January, but the one before that, I also had my first time starring in a comedy opposite Charlie Sheen, Tiffany Haddish, which everybody is super hot right now.
And what's the name of that one?
That one's called Mad Families, and that was a Crackle original, and that was the first time that I played a lead.
Oh, wow.
There's basically 3 families. It was a black family, a Hispanic Latino family, and a Caucasian family.
Which family were you with?
I was with the black family.
Good question, Christian. Good question.
And it's just kind of like a comedy of errors and just a campground, nonsense, silly, over the top kind of, just a silly comedy, which was fun to be a part of. Leah Remini was in it also, Lil Rel Howery, a lot of comedians. So that was fun. Lil Rel. Yeah, that was fun. And then I just finished wrapping up on another independent film, which will be hopefully making the rounds to Sundance and the festivals coming up in January. And that's an independent film called The Infiltrators, based on the true life story of these young DACA kids who became activists in Florida a few years ago when they heard about this corporate-run detention center kind of having a lot of abuses, so they purposefully got themselves captured to infiltrate this detention center and kind of slowly from the inside out try to help some of these detainees. And through the use of some kind of political pressure and spotlight and media, kind of slowly start to get people out of there that shouldn't have really been in there to begin with.
That sounds like an amazing story, right?
It really is. It's a courageous story. These kids, it's hard to believe, and it was pretty cool because one of the main guys that they were trying to help a few years ago was actually on set with us, and is still undergoing kind of some legal procedures, trying to figure things out. But yeah, he was on set and kind of
Wow.
breaking down his whole experience and giving us a firsthand account of what that was all about.
Wow, congratulations on that.
Thank
And
you so
then you
much.
were in Walking Dead, of course.
Yes, I was.
Shit
I
jam.
was.
Yeah.
That was great fun. I was in there the very first season, disappeared for about 8 years, and then had a big short comeback last year for season 8, because the people wanted to know what happened to Morales, and they let him know.
Yeah,
And
they
they tied up those loose ends real quick, and that was a lot of fun though. That was a lot of
Yeah.
fun. I actually just got back from a convention in Colorado Springs last weekend. Every now and then we get a chance to go to these conventions to meet the fans and shake some hands and take some pictures and all that good stuff. So that's always fun, and that's basically also a great opportunity to connect with a lot of the other castmates as well that I haven't necessarily worked with because they were there after I was gone. But it's a great time to kind of just...
Is
for
that
people
like
to connect.
Comic-Con?
It is a Comic-Con, but it's not, I mean, it's not as big as the Comic-Con, but all these smaller cities have their own kind of this. So this was Colorado Springs Comic-Con, and yeah, they pop up all over town. It's been a growing trend over the last years, and there's WonderCon, there's FanFest or something like that here in Houston. I feel like they had a couple of weekends ago or something like Fandemic, I think, came through Houston a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, it's a big industry. A lot of, it's another way of getting kind of some of these talents to the local markets and getting the community to
Yeah.
connect with them and kind of reaching
Shoot,
out.
yeah. Let me know when more stuff comes to Houston, and I can so I can educate myself and get closer to it.
Yeah, for sure, we'll do.
Yeah, cool. I have a couple questions for you. I want to share with you that you shared with us the last program, but before that, I have to give a shout out to a couple of our sponsors because after all, we wouldn't be sitting here, would we, if we didn't have the sponsors?
No, don't worry about it. I have it in a intro.
No, and you have it on the intro.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, but I need to do it for the live stream.
For the live stream.
Yeah.
We're talking here.
So how are we gonna figure that out?
I put something together last night.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
For this? Okay, let me think now. Jerry, what do you think? For the live stream, so, well, I tell you what, let me just, we do have Dunkin' Coffee, okay, so those are a bunch of great guys, and in fact, we're enjoying their coffee right now, so, good, Christian's got the bottle of water. So anyway, the great sponsors, and Mills Duncan is a great guy who will fix, grind, and make a perfect custom blend of your coffee. So he has full service and teas for hotels, clubs, and restaurants. Customer service is also one of the best attributes, and that's why we love him so much. That's Duncan Coffee, and that's Duncan. So we love them, and they're pretty cool guys. Also, Escoffier School of Culinary Arts, and these guys have an amazing property. I've been to both their schools. And they're amazing. They also have a flexible 100% online format, perfect for working professionals. That's super cool. I've seen that. I've been to both properties, and it's a great school. So make sure you go check out their website, Escoffier.edu. That's ESCOFFIER.edu, and go check that out. So I also have exciting news that I'm going to share with you guys, but we have a new sponsor too. New on board, but we'll share that a little bit later on. But one, I back to the Walking Dead thing. I think one of the funniest things that you shared with us is during craft service. Of course, for the listeners, craft service means mealtime or lunchtime or dinner time or breakfast, whatever it is. So explain that a little bit, if you would.
Well, sure. To clarify, so we have catering for the meals, like for the proper breakfast, lunch, and dinner meals, and then separate from that is crafty, and that crafty is generally like a table of snacks. It's it's bad news for me because if you have a tendency to graze, I remember the first time it was another. I think it was The Mist, one of the first bigger movies that I did. I very easily put on 10 pounds over the course of 6 weeks. Of course, last weekend I put on 10 pounds over the course of a weekend.
Yeah, I can do that too.
But excuse me. So when we would have lunch. We would all kind of be in the same tent, and sure enough, the zombies also had to eat lunch, and those guys had undergone hours and hours and hours of practical makeup. Some of them much more detailed than others, but the most grotesque one that I remember is like a whole jaw was missing and like was just dripping down underneath their neck.
You're eating lunch.
And they're eating lunch in front of you, and that'll kill your appetite in an instant. But that was the creepiest, kind of weirdest component of just sitting there across from people in full. I mean, you've seen the. I'm sure you've seen the show. It's some gnarly, crazy effects makeup that Nicotero's company puts together, and it's trippy. It's trippy. It looks really real, just a foot or two away from you.
Yeah. So there you have it.
I think in some of these cases you can actually see their food digesting in their stomachs as they sit across
Can
from
you turn around, please?
Yeah. Bro, you gonna eat that part that's on your lip there? I'm gonna
pass.
I don't know. So that sounds pretty cool. Anything that you guys wanted to share this week in the Unplugged while we're here? Anything that's on your mind? I know, Phil, you're excited, right? You're gonna. Yeah.
I'm gonna be out of town.
Are you flying United?
Yes, I am.
Mm-hmm. So
United. That's where I usually fly. Unless I go to Malaysia, then I fly Qatar Airways.
Did you pick your seats?
Yes, I did.
Closest to the head, or what?
No.
What's your strategy? What's your flying strategy?
Well, this is a whole thing on a show. Is our flying strategies and everything. Are you bringing your potpourri with you?
No, it's too
Poopery.
short of a poopery. It's too short of a flight. Like that's something you take on like a 24-hour flight, like when we went to Malaysia.
Oh, see, I'm not educated on this poopery. Are you familiar with this?
Oh yeah, they have a great commercial online.
Really?
It's genius.
So where have I been all this
It's
time?
genius. It's
I don't know,
it's
man.
this very proper British kind of blonde lady describing all kinds of bathroom behavior.
It works, man.
Yeah.
It's
But
very effective.
yeah.
So what flavors do you bring typically?
Well, I don't think it's a flavor. I think it's a scent. It's more of a scent
It
than a
depends.
flavor.
You don't need
all
it, then?
types.
No.
okay.
I mean, I guess that could still work. I
Yeah,
guess.
see, it
but-
works from the inside out,
Yeah.
so that when you do go, there's no smell.
Hey, forget
It's
about
from
it.
the
Huh?
inside out. That's how it works.
Yeah, but it's
It's more effective.
it works.
So you don't have to pack that in your man purse for this trip.
No, not in my satchel.
Yeah.
But I
I
have a
carry a
question.
backpack.
I mean, it sounds like the way that it works is it creates a film on top of the water, but there's no water in the airport
good point.
airport
Yeah.
toilet. So do you still
Well,
use it on
I honestly
plane toilets?
Yeah, I don't know how it works, but you spray like the
rim?
basin, yeah. Well, not
Okay.
the rim. The
Oh, you have
actual
the spray.
inside.
You have the spray.
Yeah, you
Oh,
spray it.
oh, okay.
And then you use the restroom. And
You
it
should
smells
fill
like
the sink
frickin'
with
roses.
the water. You know how it doesn't go down unless you hit the button, and float it on that
Oh yeah. A little essence.
essence of.
Yeah, it sounds like too much work.
But then you're pooping in the sink.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
bring
very
a
much.
Bring a freaking bring a freaking votive candle with you next time, you guys. I don't know.
No, then you'll get arrested.
Jesus Christ.
And I'm brown, so it's
Yeah.
That's double the time.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Good point there.
It's like 3-5.
So you get the plane. Does the kid have to be on your lap?
No, we bought her a seat,
Yeah.
so she's not bugging the shit out of us.
Is that new this year?
Yeah,
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's nice.
Because 2.5, right?
Yeah.
So it's a 2 is the cutoff point.
pretty much. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. So, well, no.
Does she have ID?
No, no.
So how-
Does she
how do they
look
know?
like you?
She looks like a white version of me.
Okay.
Yeah.
My kid looks like a white version of me too.
Juan's got a beautiful kid, man. This thing's he's a movie star already. This kid, seriously.
One day, he seems to definitely enjoy
Oh
the
my
spotlight
God.
and enjoy
Oh my-
performing.
Yeah.
He's-
Same thing with my daughter. That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, speaking, you brought the daughter in the office the other day. She's a cutie pie.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was funny. She was shy, but she didn't. She spoke when you asked her to speak.
Yeah,
and-
when Bob was like, I had goldfishes, like, thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. But Juan, speaking of performing, seems to me you were in Houston a while back, and I saw you singing on Facebook, bro.
That's right.
What's up with that? shit?
Yeah, my parents had their 50th wedding anniversary a couple of weekends ago, early in early August, and for a year now, my dad had been telling me, he says like, oh, there's only one thing that I want from you, is I want you to sing for me. Wow. And I sing here and there, but I didn't study it. I didn't.
Mostly in the shower.
Mostly in the shower.
Yeah.
I can carry a tune, but out of respect for proper singers who've studied it, I don't call myself a singer.
Right.
And I thought he was joking. I didn't take him too seriously. And as the months kind of started to approach, he kept harping on this. Are you practicing your song?
And did he ask for a particular song?
He did not ask for a specific song, but there's just old school romantic kind of ballads that were what kind of we listened to in the house growing up, because there were the music,
Give us a
music
flavor,
of
man.
his
Give
time.
us a little flavor here.
Oh man, are you serious? Put me on the spot. All right, I'll try to sing a little bit of the song from last weekend.
All right.
Oh goodness. Oh man, this is nerve-wracking. Recuerdo aquella vez que yo te conocí. Recuerdo aquella tarde, pero no me acuerdo ni cómo te vi. Oh goodness gracious. Hold
That's so
on.
good, man. On the spot.
Oye esta canción que lleva alma, corazón y vida, esas tres cositas nada más te doy. Porque no tengo fortuna, esas tres cosas te ofrezco, alma, corazón y vida y nada más. Alma para conquistarte, corazón para quererte y vida para vivirla junto a ti. And then it goes on. But,
Hey.
it's more of a kind of a classical operatic quality to the voice. I don't think I can defend myself at all with any modern day tunes or karaoke. Is
So
the end of
anyway,
me.
here's the translation. I am here. I'm singing.
Pretty much. I'm singing. What is that song? Elf in a store. But yeah. Anyway, so I did sing for my folks, and they liked it, and they loved it, and it was nice for their 50th wedding anniversary. But I can't believe I actually did that on the air right now.
No,
'cause
but
I'm
that's super cool,
I'm not
man.
a singer, and it's not something that I generally put out there in the world. I try to stick to what I know, which is primarily acting.
No, Mike, good on you, man. I mean, Christian, you can sing a little bit, right?
No, I cannot.
Christian raps. He's a rapper.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you're
right.
raps.
You got some bars, bro? You
No.
wanna drop some bars?
No,
Come on, spit it.
no, no. But we asked before what I was watching. Have you guys been watching Sacha Baron Cohen's new show?
No, but I want to.
I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Was it called something America?
This is
Who is America? Who is America?
Who is America?
And like 16 years ago, maybe like early 2000s, he put out the first show on HBO, and he had 3 characters.
Yeah.
Borat. Well, I watched it back then. I was crazy about it.
She was hilarious.
All 3 of them turned into movies. So he gave it like a 15-year break, and now he's back with like 5 characters. They're all fantastic. So they're so well studied. I don't know how much material he has, but he put out 6 or 7 episodes. All of them. There's some, parts where people you can tell they're into the joke. They're onto it. But for the most part, everybody falls heavy, and he never breaks character. And I saw the one. Well, I've seen them all, but I re-saw the one where he's like like kind of Finnish or German guy who acts like a kid, and he unboxes stuff. And he unboxed a little toy with Joe Arpaio, the cop from Arizona.
That guy was the guest?
Yeah, he's
Okay.
the guest. Yeah, and he's unboxing a little toy, and then he's making him talk to this little toy. The name of the toy is Delish Donut. And let me tell you, you can watch it over and over again. It never stops being funny. And a lot of people are pissed off. I know he had interviewed Sarah Palin, and she was convinced that it was going to be aired. For some reason, they didn't air it because he's been sued a million times. But he's made countless politicians look ridiculous. He got everybody. He got everybody, and he got everybody like he got OJ in the last episode.
Right. I saw a clip of that OJ thing, and
It's amazing.
he talked about how he's killing somebody.
I didn't kill nobody.
Yeah, yeah. No, he's
He
sitting
said we
there.
had something in common. I killed her or something like that.
Yeah, we're lady,
Lady
killers.
killers.
Yeah. You saw that, right?
I saw bits of it, clips
Yeah,
of it.
yeah. So he brings his girlfriend. The girlfriend has no idea who OJ is. So she's like Buffalo Bill, and she's like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. And she's like, what are the name of the movies he was in? Not Top Gun, but
The Naked Gun.
Naked
Naked
Gun.
Gun.
He's
Yeah.
like Naked Gun 1, 2, Naked Gun the Final, whatever. And she's like, no. And then he's like, how about, he starts like stabbing her in the neck. And she's like, OJ.
Oh, no.
You got to watch it. I'm telling you, it's fantastic.
Oh, gosh.
Oh man, super cool. Well, just going to interrupt one more time for a quick sponsor check. America. So ACF just came on board. American Colon Federation. How cool is that, Christian?
Fantastic.
This is a really big deal, and they're our new partners. And I just want to tease that just a little bit because they just recently confirmed, and we're going to talk more about that. But I've been a member of American Colon Federation all my life since I was 18 years old, and I kind of grew up in the ACF. And that's how I traveled the world competing, and so I owe a lot to the American Colon Federation. So that's pretty cool. And then of course we have the Texas Beef Council. The Beef Council is a nonprofit organization representing 130,000 beef farmers and ranchers across the state. Their goal is to increase beef demand through research, education, and promotion, and to utilize the beef-loving consumer brand. That's what they're doing, and connecting consumers to the beef they love and the farmers and ranchers who raise it. And so Texas Beef Council, they're a big supporter of chefs and everything they do, and we're so proud to be partnered with them right now. So big thank you to all you guys. So super cool with that. Christian, so how can we find that show?
It's Showtime. I had Showtime on my iPad. I kept forgetting to take it off, like for a year. And then I went on there. I was like, I guess he's on Showtime now. So I could just stream it and just watch them. I've watched them all like 10 times each. Yeah, but Showtime. I mean, some of them are posted on YouTube, but you need to watch the whole body of the show because the flow from one character to the next is amazing. There's an Israeli like combat specialist guy, and the makeup is so much better 15 years later. So they make his jawline look like big, and
thick.
yeah, and he just sounds super tough, and the accent's spot on. I mean, it's next level comedy. It really is.
What was he was doing the scanner, right?
Yeah,
he was testing this high-end Israeli technology.
Right. So Roy Moore, is that his name? the guy who was running for governor in Arkansas, maybe, and he's talking to me. He's like, "Look, so we have this new technology in Israel. Like, we can tell when they're pedophiles or sex offenders." And he's like, "So see, look," and he waves it over himself, and there's no sound. And he starts waving it over Roy Moore, and it's like beep, beep. And the guy's like, oh. He's like, there has to be something wrong with this. He keeps, yeah. And Roy Moore got offended. Like, he's like, I don't care what technology that is. Like, that thing doesn't work. You know?
Yeah, I remember watching another one. I wish I could remember what the episode was. But it was obviously it was a celebrity, and they got super pissed off. And
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it was so funny. Oh, was it big? Was it a past president? Maybe
Ron Paul.
Ron Paul was.
Oh,
He
yeah,
was
yeah,
like
yeah.
dancing. I think it was. He's
Yeah,
like-
they're in a hotel room.
yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Ron Paul handled it fantastic, though.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, like, in terms of, you can really dig in to see where people's character is, like where they draw the line.
Yeah, yeah.
There's some politicians that are like, you know what, that's it. I'm
Yeah.
gonna get up. This
Yeah,
is-
yeah.
Barney Frank.
Oh, Trump. He got Trump. I think.
Did he?
I think he did.
He might have on the
way
last
back,
run.
way back when. Yeah.
He might have on the last run, but
because somebody got up and walked off. I remember seeing it.
yeah, that's happened probably countless times. Only the stuff that gets put on is the stuff where he keeps him long
Yeah.
term. But he got some doozies this time. I mean, like, it was unbelievable. Some of them. He had an interview with a guy who's selling a yacht, and he brings his girlfriend in. This guy, and he's the Italian like ex-mobster who'd been in jail.
Yeah.
He's got long gray hair, and like the Italian accent's super thick, and he's like dressed like a real rich guy would be, like a yacht guy would. And and the yacht guy's like, he wants to sell the yacht at all costs, and you can tell, you know, that Sacha Baron Cohen, he looks like a rich dude. He brings his hot girlfriend, and he's just talking to him. He's like, oh, if you don't mind, my girlfriend's just gonna. And his girlfriend gets under the blanket and starts blowing him. And he's going through the negotiation. He's going through the negotiation with the yacht salesman, and the yacht salesman's like
nothing.
the sale comes first kind of thing. Like, he's just rolling with it
Anything
and trying not to be like creepy to like stare at them, you know.
That's so good.
Goodness gracious.
Hey, well, listen, the show is flying by, and we have a really cool show right behind us, so we can't be late. But there's a couple things I thought we'd talk about real quick on our Google segment. I don't know what we're going to call it. We're going to call that a segment or something? I don't know. Should we, Phil, Phoenix?
What?
The Google segment or some kind of segment.
It's the first I've heard of this.
Well, all the stuff that we Google. But what do you? Speaking of which, though, NFL's.
Is Google a sponsor?
No, they're not yet, though. We should go after them, right?
Yeah, you keep dropping their names so
Yeah,
much.
yeah,
You might
okay.
as well charge them.
Yeah,
for
right.
it,
Scratch
It's just
it.
the interwebs, you know. It's just stuff going on in the world.
Hey. So yeah, we'll maybe we'll back off on the Googles. We'll have to call it something. But NFL's finally getting started.
Yeah.
Texans are 3-1, and of course we all know those preseason games are mean everything.
Meaningless.
They mean everything.
Meaningless.
No, so Texans are 3-1. I'm pretty excited about that. Are you excited, Christian, for that? You got
Yeah,
you got the
Giants,
pool?
baby.
You got the pool. Come on, man.
Yeah. Oh, I have to get Pick'em going.
Yeah, you better hurry up.
Yeah, and
I
I
think
got-
Thursday's the first game.
I got to do it this week then.
Yeah. So, bro, Giants are.
Odell, baby.
He's got nice hair.
He's worth every penny.
I give him that. So, is what's his name still quarterback, or I know he got fired, or he got
Eli?
Yeah,
No,
Eli.
Eli's the
Yeah,
guy.
they sat him down one game, and then they
One
fired the
game.
coach, and then
Yeah, that's what the coach gets for
yeah.
sitting him. That's what he deserves.
But he's still hanging in there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going all the way, man.
huh? What did they do in the preseason?
Well, I haven't even looked at their record. I mean, they beat the Jets pretty
Yeah.
badly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it doesn't mean anything. They didn't even play. They didn't play the new running back that much.
The Jets, they have our coach. No, the dude from the Patriots.
Matt Patricia.
Yeah,
Is that who they
I
got?
think they
No,
got-
the Matt Patricia went to the Lions.
Yeah, and he would get.
Oh.
Oh, was it Lions? Anyway, they was getting his ass kicked the other day. I saw him. I thought he went to Jets, or our guy went to the Jets. Anyway, fuck it.
I have no idea
See-
what y'all are
see-
talking about.
See how we're talking about football. So-
I watch movies and like listen to music and stuff.
But
You hear that new Eminem album? Fire.
is it?
Yeah, it's
Cool.
It's better than his last one.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Well, the reason why I was bringing up NFL, Christian, I think we have an NFL
Sponsor.
No, and tab up there. go to the NFL tab. There's the first.
Oh, I'm looking up at it, but I'm at the controls. Okay.
The first female coach ever, and it falls on which is very surprising.
Which one is it?
Not that one,
Just
bro.
like, what?
Is it that one?
No,
Is it that one?
No.
I think it's the first one.
Is it that
That's the
one?
only one with the girl
No.
name, I think.
There you go.
Ooh, I got it.
So play it real quick down the
I
bottom.
almost got it the first time.
No, down. Oh, that's a picture over there.
Oh, okay.
So now just push play there. Hopefully it was cued, unless you missed
A
it.
Colorado State
There you go.
University graduate has been hired as the first female assistant coach in Oakland Raiders history. Kelsey Martinez, a native of Pueblo, is the strength and conditioning assistant coach for the team.
I think it
She spent
changes up. Hang
several
on.
years working under staff associated with the
So
Oakland
she's strength and
Raiders.
fitness. So
Martinez is
There
the
it goes.
second Rams alumna to make waves in a professional
Not to
men's
diminish
sports
that in
league
any way,
recent
shape, or
years.
form.
right.
Former star basketball
Yeah.
player at CSU.
I didn't know
was
that.
the first full-time female assistant coach.
You know
in
this
the
girl?
NBA.
I do not know her.
I thought everybody knows everybody out there. Y'all eat. Y'all vegetarians and y'all live in LA.
That's it.
Anyway, so yeah, I don't know how you get out of that. There you go. I don't know. Oh,
The minimize
the bottom,
button.
the bottom
Push
right.
the minimize.
Has
All right.
been hired
Press
as the
escape.
All right, all the way over the right.
Escape
there
out
you
of
go.
there. There you
So,
go.
so I thought that was pretty cool, huh?
Very cool.
I mean, and they show a clip. I saw another clip of her. She was actually spotting a guy
What website were you on?
lifting.
Latin Live? what are you looking up on Latin Live?
I was
other
looking
than
up
She's from
her,
girls?
Pueblo,
man.
man. She's from Pueblo.
What do you want me to do? I mean,
He looks up Latin Live when he's here late night.
That's why the guy was like, "What are you doing?"
yeah,
What's going on in
that's
here?
why. That's why the vacuum cleaner just ran out.
what are you doing?
Hey, come back later. We're good. We're good. No. Yeah, I scared him. He saw the strobe lights, and you know,
On the website.
yeah, we took down the brass pole when our guest coming. So, but anyway, yeah, strength and condition. So I saw another clip of her. She was spotting this dude out. You know, he was lifting, bench pressing. It was like, I don't know, think you're gonna be able to lift those weights if you wasn't be able to lift it. But anyway, good on her.
Oh, so she was like spotting, like just in case he
Yeah.
slipped, that she was
Yeah.
gonna save his life.
And he's got like 3 chips on both sides.
Holy smokes!
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do?
I
Like-
get nervous whenever anybody asks me to spot.
Yeah, I was like, oh, somebody, I think he's going to drop it. Is there somebody come over here and help him? I was at a gym when this dude lost it, and the thing went right across his neck.
Oof.
And he almost flipped over. I went over there and caught that on one end of it. But, yeah, so, well, there you go. Raiders.
To progress.
The first
Go
female
Raiders.
coach, I just wouldn't think it would be going to the Raiders, knowing their reputation, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, they're going to Vegas after that, so it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, when's that happening?
I don't know, next year, I think.
Hmm.
Did you ever see the guy that lifted the weight in competition and his anus came out?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
his-
shit.
yeah.
Prolapsed?
You seen it, right?
No.
It came out through his leotard.
No.
Is that what it's called? Leotard?
Something like that.
Unitard.
Yeah.
Do you wear a unitard when you work out?
Well,
He
it depends
does.
on what day it is. You know, I only got 2, you know, so I think.
Well, let me give you some news.
When
It,
was
it's
this?
not going to hold your anus in.
It's gonna blow it right out, dude.
It'll blow right
that
out.
ain't right.
No, it blew
Straight
right
out.
through.
So what happens when that happens? Do you die or?
Go to the hospital.
In
and you
the
get
hospital, and
put
they
it back in.
put it back in. They shove
Yeah.
it in there.
I believe they call it a prolapse.
Yeah,
Status.
that's it.
Yeah,
Prolapse.
Prolapse.
You study that in acting school or what?
Yes, actually, we had a unit one semester.
Oh well,
How
actually,
to act with a prolapse
Prolapse.
anus.
but
You have to move carefully.
That's for people who wanted to maybe go into the porn
Yeah.
trajectory of
Yeah.
the industry.
but actually he was in the. But actually, Ron, you were on Chicago Med, so you know about this
I
shit.
did.
Yeah.
I
A
did.
house fell on you, you
I
dumbass.
Did, a whole building fell out.
Yeah,
and I
I mean,
lost a leg.
He was squatting in a house and the freaking.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a dumbass. But how you getting on after that? Is everything okay?
Everything's okay.
Yeah,
I
you
still
look
get
good.
some. I get some phantom limb
Phantom
pains.
limb.
Oh wait, that really
Sometimes-
happened?
Sometimes it feels like it. Like I still have it.
But you didn't get prolapse from it.
I did not. I was.
He
I
still
almost
has his
did, but
Uranus.
I held it in.
But that's why we cut him off on the scene because I was like one more bar and he's gonna prolapse.
I call him up right after the show because my wife and I watch that show all the time. Like, man, what the hell are you doing in the house at the beginning when the damn thing's falling? Get the hell out! But
Get a home, kid. Get a home. Get off the streets.
I would love to keep the show going because it's so cool, but we got Simi Guzman calling in here in a few seconds. So I just wanted, I think out of all these clips, I wanted to go to the grandma one. Go to the grandma, Christian. This is real shit happening in Texas.
This is in Texas.
Texas.
It's
I
in
thought this was in.
Queensland.
I thought this was in Australia.
Oh,
or
was it? I thought
somewhere.
it was
Yeah.
Texas. No, there you go. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Watch
that's,
it.
Australia.
This is the deep corner of Texas.
All right, watch this. Look at grandma.
Holy shit.
Look at the son in sweatpants.
I know he's
The bald
obviously
spot.
much more terrified than she is. She's not even remotely.
His head's right there, Mom. Yeah, let me have. Fuck that. I wouldn't.
I'm just
Oh!
gonna reach in there, grab it real nice like
Look at this.
and pull it out here.
Throw it on the Bobby.
Yeah, just turn that shit on and leave the door closed, right? That's probably what I would have done. Seriously.
So she looks like she's done this before.
She's
a
handling
pro.
it
Well, it
well.
looks like we got dinner.
Look at, he's got the covered.
He's
not
holding out for
having it.
protection. He's like, no,
Look
get
at
it away.
Look at right here, Ma.
Boom. That's a hard yank. That's what you need. She's a pro.
Yeah, right? They even have holes drilled into that thing. Look at the top of that.
They gotta breathe.
Look at the guy. He doesn't look. He's not quite sure how to handle this. Now she's pulling the. For the listeners that can't see
There's
this.
2 in there.
Yeah, it's 2 huge snakes
Oh, it's a big one.
on a barbecue. Look at her.
Holy smoke.
You can shut it off now. Oh, God bless her, huh? How good is she?
That's incredible. I mean, out in the outback, I'm sure that's the smallest problem she's in critters that she's had to deal with.
Oh man. Well, I tell you what, we really do have to wrap this up because we have to another show. Anything you guys want to add before we cut out of here? And anything you want to? Good seeing you guys in studio, Phoenix and Venus. Good to have you
I
here.
miss you, Phil.
Yeah. Good.
Oh,
one.
I miss you too, man.
You gonna bring me back something?
Yeah, what do you want?
Hey, bring back something for Goofy.
Space
man.
Mountain?
Bring Goofy back a partner.
What do you want?
It's Goofy. Bring me back a little Space Mountain model.
All right,
Yes.
done.
I want you to bring some up. Show our audience Goofy. He's our mascot.
Where's Goofy? Oh, okay.
See, Goofy came with the office, and Goofy was actually nice. That's the one thing I saved at this whole office. So he hangs out. So bring Goofy somebody, okay? Bro?
Yeah, we'll bring him a little
Buddy.
Seriously.
playmate.
Seriously. Okay, listen, hey Juan, thanks for being us. Where can people find you real quick?
Absolutely, yeah. Check me out on Instagram and on Twitter, Juan G. Pareja. That's JUANGPAREJA.
Cool, man. Thanks for being here. And that wraps up another episode of the Recipe Podcast, the Unplugged edition. And again, a big thank you to Aceway, Dunkin' Coffee, Texas Beef Council, Escoffier, and our brand new sponsor, the American Culinary Federation. Love you guys for joining us. And ladies and gentlemen, a big thank you for Juan for being with us. And
Thanks, Juan.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me on.
And Phoenix Flytrap.
Thanks for singing, man.
Yeah, that singing was really
Man, I'm
super
regretting
cool.
that already. God, what a mistake. What a mistake.
Oh, so everybody, remember, go and leave us some. People start leaving us some comments on wherever you find our podcast. Leave us some comments, and you may start winning some swag. You may start winning some swag. We've got a whole box of swag coming in, so do that, and like us and subscribe, and that helps us out. So remember, all you out there, you're special, you're great. Get off your ass and do something today. See you next time.